which parts of the Amazon are permanently protected, if there are any?
No one.
No permanent protection.
The only protection of the Amazonian territories are indigenous lands and the national parks. Okay? And most of the time there is como é que é? Superposição? Superposition of the both. So here are the indigenous territories, and most of the time you will have like the parks like going a little bit further, but not longer. And the rest is private land. Okay. And what is happening about this issue with Bolsonaro? Because during the Constitution we built a structure to protect the indigenous rights, and as well the Amazon, the preserved territories. We created, well, no, not we, but the institution that is supposed to deal with indigenous issues, that is the FUNAI, the National Foundation for the Indians. I hate that word, Indians. Oh, no, sorry, I have to know. It was supposed to be under the Ministry of Justice. Okay? And the land demarcation, the land recognition was implemented by the FUNAI, recognized by the Ministry of Justice, and ratified by the presidents, that is the executive power. But there is an issue that they were really clever that we did that structure through the juridical power, through the National Congress, through the constitutional movement, the constitutional era. Is written in our book. But as the leader of the executive power, as the president of the nation, Bolsonaro is able to redesign the whole institutional structure on land recognition, land demarcation, and where are the people that are working with indigenous. So he took away the National Foundation of Indigenous Peoples from the Ministry of Justice, and he sent it to the Agriculture Ministry, that is under the power of the agribusiness. He took the land demarcation and he put it in another ministry, in the agriculture ministry. I was wrong. No, he put the land demarcation. He took off the land demarcation from the Ministry of Justice and sent it to the Agriculture Ministry. And he took the FUNAI from the Justice Ministry and sent it to the Family Ministry. That is a new ministry that condensates, that reunites like the women, human rights, and race. And that is conducted by an evangelical preacher that is accused of have kidnapped an indigenous children.
Okay. Yes. And do you see any hope in using business to beat business and showing that, in fact, you can actually have sustainable agriculture through permaculture? You can, and this can be done like the Rainforest Alliance, and that, as well as boycotting certain products, buying products which ensure the protection of indigenous territory and the Amazon rainforest, that could be a potential solution to show that that's actually more economically, socially, and environmentally profitable than buying from the agribusiness.
That is a really important question, and it's really complicated. You know, I don't remember how many Englands fit in Brazil territory. Do you know? Englands.
A lot.
A lot. Okay? We have a really large territory, and we are an agribusiness country. We are a basic product country, and our economy is on the basis like that, and we have not yet an economical system to protect the internal products. We haven't. Here in Europe, you have a lot of protection for your wines and your cheese and your everything, and it's all wonderful. I love it. But in Brazil, it's really rare, and we have a whole history on this issue that we call, como que é? Reforma agrária. Agrarian reform. The agrarian reform is an issue because we were colonized, and we have a colonization story of these territories and who is the owner of the land. as long as the owners of this land, the big owners, are those kind of producers, it will be really difficult to change that kind of relation in the internal economy. Do you understand? Because we have many little experiences with the Movimento Sem Terra, landless movement, and they have managed to impose little spots of internal economy between them, with the little producers, with the schools, with little villages, or even larger villages. All the schools in São Paulo city, they eat what is produced in the landless movement. So we have many projects, and we have projects in indigenous lands as well. We have a lot of GNOs that work with that as well, and you have a lot of indigenous institutions that work with that as well. But it's still a challenge to say that we are able to make it work as a functional economy yet.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, it's a challenge. We need more to connect more.